It's not up on my end yet. Trust me.
It's not here. I don't see it.
I'll know
It'll start.
first.
It's probably live now because it's not.
It's not.
Oh.
It wasn't.
Now it's live. Oh, dang it. That might have went just then. That bothers me.
It's going to start with Todd being like, no.
But it's not showing us.
I got it all. We're off.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
It
We
starts
got
with
it
you
up.
saying, it's not up on my end yet.
That's funny. It's tradition.
That's
All
how
right.
it's good.
Well, this is Comic Burrito podcast live. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick, and nobody's watching yet.
Thanks
So
for
we don't-
being here. Well,
Yeah.
but they'll catch up and see
They'll
the
get
meeting,
here,
maybe.
yeah.
Whatever.
But they'll be watching live, so they won't hear that.
Okay, then
Ah,
I'm
yeah.
Todd.
I'm Cole.
And this is Comic
Okay.
Burrito. And Nick's a dick. Already.
Already.
You know what? It was a long week.
You're a long week.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
At least I'm along
At
something.
least something, finally.
Finally. It's about time.
I've been waiting for this my entire life.
I'm going to call my mom real quick.
Mom, I'm finally long. Okay,
It
son.
happened.
Okay, son. That's great.
That's great. Good for you. We already kind of knew.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, it could be worse.
You could be, I guess.
Oh, all right.
I should probably see when my stuff are coming in from them.
Yeah, did you ever figure out what was going on with that?
So what happened was I ordered
Oh, yeah, you said it was out of
the Seance Room in Hank Steiner #3 because they weren't pre-orders. They were things you could buy, but they weren't out yet.
So it held it up.
So it held it up. So I was like, what's going on here? I was like, my buddy already got it and the other one didn't. And they were like, oh, these things aren't out yet. So, and I was like, oh, okay, well.
Oh, yeah. Here, yeah, you guys talk about that. I'm going to grab something else.
Something else.
Something else.
Oh, Nat's here.
What up, Nat?
Oh. And grabs. Well, Todd decided to leave, so.
right as somebody comes. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm just still. I was trying to send out the link to a couple different things, and now I can't find this group chat thing.
What are you, the Discord you want to put in there?
No.
Oh, I can do that, I guess. I don't know if it matters.
I mean, anybody on the Discord is probably from Twitter, so they've seen it. Here we go. This is the one.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Nat. Friends.
Gin number 5. Well, this is beer number 1.5 because the first one I didn't finish.
Gin number 5. This is official
Cheers.
hazy IPA number 1 from Bell's.
3 or 4?
Also from Bell's.
For your health.
Think about it.
That's one of them I have in my little lunchbox. Of this has my.
That's
future
why I will not be
Future
tweeting
drinks.
early in the morning.
Mine is the lunchbox of a winner.
Oh man, hell yeah, dude! They drafted something. It was cool.
A running
I'm
back.
into it. Yeah, it's fine. Because why not?
I mean, the cornerback I'm into.
The
The running back. It pretty much this is another broken guy that's got a lot of high upside, but it's probably gonna die soon.
Because they just want another Barry Sanders. When it all comes down to it, we just want Barry Sanders back. Anyways, this is Comic Burrito, a podcast live. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
He's still Nick.
Yep, he's still Nick.
I'm still Nick.
Can't wait for the Florida already. Starts early. Yeah, Parks and Rec background. What? And mirrored the bird.
What?
The bird. And Pelosi.
Did you? Was it always? Oh. Wasn't it her mom for a while? Am I making this up?
What? Her mom?
Didn't she have a picture of her mom?
No,
There.
she had a picture of not Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah,
Madeleine
yeah, that-
Albright. No, it was Madeleine Albright because Dave asked if that was her grandmother.
Yeah, Louis C.K.'s
And
character.
like,
or whatever.
oh yeah,
right?
that's Madeleine Albright, and she's like, or no, he's like, oh, I called my grandma Nana.
Yeah.
on her shelf. I think that was always Pelosi. That might just always be Pelosi.
I'm back.
We're trying to do our Parks and Rec fan cast, and you're not even a part of it.
Which you know that they're coming out with a new episode, right?
I know that. I'm sorry. I was distracted because my father has a motorcycle that hasn't ran since like I was born.
Oh,
and it's been in my friend's garage for like 3 years, and he just messaged me like, "Hey, I need this out." So I'm trying to.
You gotta get it.
Yeah. So I'm here.
They have a new episode coming out. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
it's a quarantine episode.
Yeah, they shot it at home.
Yeah.
Oh.
She tweeted it. I'll put the tweet in the YouTube comments.
Food rakes.
I'm pretty sure I retweeted it earlier. I'm pretty excited, but it's gonna be weird because they filmed it in their home, like.
That's cool.
So I'm interested to see what it is.
Yeah.
It could be really cool or it could be really dumb, but it's for charity too. So.
The Parks and Rec episodes don't grow on trees, but if they did, I'd call them Tommy trees. The Parks and Rec fan cast. Thank you. It almost slipped into a Lions fan cast, which there's only 7 of us anyways around. So that wouldn't work.
There are dozens of you.
There's dozens.
I've been to a few Lions games, and let me tell you,
everyone there's rooting for the away team.
No, not all the time.
If it's Packers versus Lions, there's more Packers people there.
Yeah, the Packers-Lions game I was at, there was maybe more Packers. It was
but
for
that
sure 50-50, but I think it leaned.
And that one did not matter anymore.
Who won that game, though?
It was a draw, right? Didn't they all die at the end? Oh,
Spoiler
alert for the end of the Lions season last season. Sorry.
We got 7. Who else is here? Oh, hey, Matt. I didn't see Matt's comment
John
earlier.
Ralphio. Technically, I'm homeless.
He's gonna be in something soon.
Yeah, he was on Good Mythical Morning. He was repping something, and I was like, "Ooh, I need."
He was Sonic.
Yeah, he was in Sonic because he was talking about that, and he was in something with like Billy Crystal or something. And I'm like,
yeah,
what?
I think he's gonna be in something else coming out too. I forget what it is now. I could probably look it up. Nah. I don't care.
Alright, so, can we talk about comics?
Yeah, do
You
your
want to talk
unboxing.
about comics?
Yeah,
I'll
do
talk
your
about
unboxing.
something that I can't talk about much of. I can just show.
Okay.
I got my TKO order in, which is awesome. So this is my next week. Hopefully, I'll get to talk about all these. Which I can talk about these 2. So these are the first 2 that I got: Sentient and Eve of Extinction. Spoiler alert! I read both of them now.
Hey, proud of you, bud.
I haven't read Eve yet.
It's really good. I dug it a lot.
Yeah.
And then to follow those up, because I really liked it, and I liked they're still doing the support local, 50% of the order going to the local comic book store. I went for it, and I got the 2 more of the box singles. So I got 7 Deadly Sins, The Fearsome Dr. Fang. If this doesn't get you, if that doesn't get you, oh my god, that's such a cool cover. I'm so into it.
I wish I went for the singles.
So into it. 7 Deadly Sins, same. It's not quite as punchy to me, but it looks really cool. So I got those in the singles, and then since they have 8 out, I got 4. Oh, dang it, Banks! Why you gotta be green?
The Banks in the back.
Yep.
I know that it'll make you upset because of the letter organization.
So yeah, the Banks and Goodnight Paradise, Pound for Pound.
I want Good Night.
And Sarah. I picked up the rest of the TKO, so I've got half in the graphic novels. Whoa.
Oh, that's great.
It's weird because like there's the outline.
Half in singles.
That's cool though. I like those.
So I'm excited. I'm pretty into it.
I really want to get a couple more of those. I liked what I've read so far. Sentient was awesome.
Sentient was so good.
So awesome. It read like it read like it's ready for like an HBO show. Like it's ready to go. It's done. It was great.
Can I ask a question about the end of Eve?
No, I haven't read it.
It's not going to spoil anything.
Yeah, you can ask me. Sure. You can
Is it a standalone book?
Yeah.
Or is okay. So far, all of the books I've read, none of them seem like they're gonna have another book after.
Yeah, it seems
Fang
like it's gonna be
could.
the end.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that
Sentient could too, but do
Sentient
you want
could.
that?
They kind of set it up to ish be like it's
Yeah.
it's kind
Fearsome
of
Dr. Fang should, I think. I think it could do at least one, if not two more volumes.
I think they're doing what people should do and not leave everything at a cliffhanger just in case it doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
leave
good
it
too.
so you can do something, but don't act like it will for sure end, because I had to wait 10 years for American Jesus to come back, and that was not nice. So just finish
Oh,
that.
because you assumed that there was going to be another one?
Yeah, no, it was set up like there is. Oh my god. It was
Thanks,
it
Mark
needed
Millar.
to. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I got that in today. So I haven't gotten to read any of it quite yet. But I'm so excited. So yeah, that's my purchase for the week.
I haven't heard anything bad. I haven't heard any negative about any TKO book from anyone. So
I'm excited about that. I'll hopefully be updating next week about those. Do we?
My TKO books are in Los Angeles right now.
They say that until their day of. You need to go to that UPS tracking, man.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
USPS will tell you that, because yesterday they said they were in Los Angeles, but then they said the expected delivery date was today. Doesn't show right. So yeah, that's what I bought. I also have some in stock Black Mask stuff coming, which I'm excited about, along with a saga compendium, so I can read it more easily without reading my singles.
Yeah.
So I can ruin just a book that's like $30. Don't care about.
Well, and just like I bought all the Walking Dead ones, and I've let my stepmom and like my mother and sister both read them. Just they're rough, but it's like, hey, they're getting their money's worth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can almost always find them on Facebook Marketplace. If you give it like a month, you'll find them for anywhere between $15 and $25 each.
Yeah, but I can't see people right now.
That's true. I mean, you can't, but for $10, I'd go.
For $10, I'd get sick.
You leave the money in the mailbox, and they leave it on the porch.
Sure. Yes, it's like Grubhub.
I asked somebody, posted a bunch of books. And I'm like, hey, I want these, but can I wait until like this whole thing's over? They're like, how about you just come this weekend? It's like, can we just like keep trying to sell them?
Was it the guy with the $5 ones?
Yeah. It's like a kid, I think.
Are you going after the Novas?
No.
Oh. Which ones are you going after?
I think there was like a Lumberjanes one.
I think that one's sold.
One, and like a few other random ones.
Yeah, there's a couple really good ones that are already sold, but $5 a trade is hard to beat. I think it's in like Rockford. Did you read anything this week, Todd?
I read plenty. Well, my cat is meowing like crazy because I think she needs to be fed. So I'm gonna feed her real quick. If you want to talk about your readings this week, I did read a lot this week.
You gonna do your unboxing?
I'll wait for Todd for that, I guess.
Okay.
But I can talk about what I read. I read a lot.
Well, we can both. How far did you get on Friendly Neighborhood?
6.
6? Okay, so you only read up to 6.
Yeah, I read through 6. Yeah.
Yep. Because
I mean, one, Tom Taylor's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The first 6. That went super quick.
Yeah.
I was just that one. I was slamming through. That was really good. I also reread Descender. I did.
Is that any good?
Yeah.
The art is lacking, but
no, it's too much.
No, I same thing. I went through that really fast and really liked that again. So that was a good reconfirmation of my love for Descender. Meme Tick by Tinian was really good. That's only 3 issues, so it's pretty quick. But I guess there's 2 other trades that tie in or in the same universe of some kind or something. So I haven't checked those out yet. I read Up in the Sky. I read Scooby Apocalypse, which started off really slow.
Sounds
and then
awesome.
like I think it was like 4 or 5. I was like, oh shit, okay. And so I'm probably going to keep going with that. I read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Ghostbuster, and I read Tom King's Elmer Fudd.
Nice.
One shot.
Is that the one where Elmer Fudd is just longingly looking at the woods from a window?
He's
wishing
like,
wishing he could hunt.
But it says like not hunting season on the sign.
Yeah, so he's stuck inside and he's just
and then he kills himself.
Them wascally wabbits got me. And then kills himself. Yeah.
And then he kills himself. Yeah, it's terrible.
Speaking of that, get sad, everybody. Which is actually from an organization about mental health and helping people. But so there's loaded cheeseburger fries. Dang.
I don't know what those are, but I want some.
I know. I don't know what that is either. I had Taco Bell for dinner at least, so that was.
So you guys.
I had Wendy's and it is not sitting right.
Oh, that sucks. I actually read a lot this week.
Oh, look at you.
So, I finished Nailbiter. So
nice.
I finished my homework. It's excellent.
Proud of you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. Dear God, read that. It's so good.
Fine.
And the best thing about it is if you're using Hoopla, it only takes 3 credits to finish it. I think it's 31 issues?
30.
Well, isn't there the one crossover? Yeah.
Which
3 books.
Which does come into play later. So /crossover is actually kind of needed because they talk about it in the comic as well.
Yeah, which is also cool because like
Image
Universe, there's a few Image Universe crossovers, and that was one really cool one.
So I finished
something good. I'm asking Nat if I think it's eugenic. If that's good, that's the tie-in for Meme Tick that I was talking about earlier.
Cool.
I guess I could comment on here, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could.
I'm gonna do that. Carry on.
I started and finished Something Is Killing the Children.
Yeah.
I got we talked about this on our Discord, which plug for our Discord if you
so far.
What?
You're caught up on Something Is Killing the Children so far.
Yeah, so far.
Because it's not done.
No, I know. That's why I said I started and finished like what I can read.
Yeah.
So I'm caught up with Something That's Killing the Children, which then I did that yesterday, and then today in our Discord, if you were a part of it, Cole just dropped the link. There was a post from James Tynan about getting bandanas for Something That's Killing the Children.
Oh. They
both got one. What they don't know, and they don't know anything about, is I got 2. Because nice. I told them about how we do a live stream and how it would be really cool if when we got to 100 subscribers, we could give one away. So I got one for myself, and I got one for you guys out there. So when we hit 100, we're going to be able to give away Something That's Killing the Children bandana. And awesome. Maybe the first digital I might give you too, which would be a nice little combo. I might throw in a digital code for the number 1 if you don't have it. But yeah, so there you go. They don't know about this. Surprise, guys.
Cool.
I didn't know, and I even missed it. You're giving away a bandana?
Yeah, I got 2 from him because I told him how we do a live stream, and we all really like the comics, so I bought 2.
Did he?
I think I mentioned it in the Discord, and then I posted the picture, but he did sign mine.
Yeah, he already sealed mine up. By the time you said that, I reached back out and I was like, "Oh, could you sign mine?" And he was like, "No, I already sealed it up. Sorry."
I went from planning on like wearing it all the time.
No, it's gonna be
like
precious.
I'm probably gonna like frame it and hang it like right.
And that's why I'm glad I kind of didn't get it signed because I'll probably use it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a friend that said he could probably make that.
One. Yeah.
Yeah. Which a lot of people.
The one that I touched will be the one that's on my face is the one that James touched. So that's really what's important.
I might let my face touch it before I put it in the frame.
And
just get some oils on it.
Get that COVID from him.
Yeah. I mean, that's where that. Yeah, there you go. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll do what we did last time. When we hit 100, we'll put that up there.
You're gonna do 100 because we're at 61.
Yeah.
61.
Sure.
We'll be there someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good incentive, I think.
Surprise! That's a thing. I was excited when he was like, "Yeah, you can get 2." I'm like, "Sweet."
That's why
Which is crazy. I wonder if he's like, why am I sending 4 of these to Grand Rapids? Oh, you're Bel- You're not Grand Rapids.
Yeah, he
right,
won't
Dad?
know mine.
Yeah.
He won't
That's
think
true.
that it's the same. He'll say, "Yeah." Anyways,
He probably did get an order for 4 or 5 in a very short amount of time. That's all Michigan. Where
that's
he's like,
true.
I didn't realize people in Michigan.
I got a
loved
big
this stuff."
following
I mean,
in Michigan.
he did come to 2018's Grand Rapids Comic Con.
Mm-hmm. He did. I did not meet him.
I also didn't. I think my wife got me like tickets to a football game or something.
How about 69? We'll do something else for 69.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We'll just give
69's
like
too easy.
we'll find a random
Nice.
issue of Sex Criminal and just send it. To
Yes,
somebody.
you'll just get.
Like we won't even tell you who's getting it. It'll just show up.
You'll get one of the Ballad of Kite Man comics randomly. Yeah,
That's a good one to get.
that's a good one for 69. And then I finished Eve of Extinction and Sentinel, which that already was spoiled. I read Ogre and Nora,
There we go. It's a little brighter.
which are Source Point Press. Excellent books. Invasion from the Planet Wrestletopia from SBI Press. Also fantastic. I read the first issue of Stealth from Image. Amazing. Really good. Good twist ending. You won't see it coming. I finished 12 Reasons to Die from Black Mask Studio.
Oh, nice. The Ghostface Killer book, right?
Yeah.
I got the first 2 issues.
It's so good. It's so good.
Is it
Oh
about
my
Ghostface
God.
Killer actually?
No.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good. Holy crap. It's one of my favorites that I've read in a while. I really got into that. I all of a sudden finished it and I'm like, dang, I just like flew through that. It was just done. It was fantastic. And then I also read Broken Gargoyles from Source Point Press. Good book. We'll talk more about that at some point too. I read Dead End Kids from Source Point Press.
That's good.
I read Plague Doctor from Source Point Press. I read.
You read any others?
Rotten Tail from Source Point Press, and I read Savants from Source Point Press, which
Was that from Source Point Press?
yeah. So I got a Source Point Press order in the last time we talked,
Yeah.
and now I went through that Source Point Press order. So yeah, and then I read some more Woods. I only wrote down stuff that I completed on there, but I also read some Woods, and that's the only thing I didn't finish that I read. So yeah, so that's my reading list. Going from not much because Animal Crossing killed me this week. I actually read something.
Nice. Your daughter took your Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
so
oh my
you
god,
were
she's
forced to
been
read?
playing it. She's so good. She's 5 and she's like kicking butt. She's fishing,
Is she playing
digging up stuff.
her own account, or are you making her
No, because
farm for you?
she's working for me.
Yeah.
Tom Nook has got me on the hook, so I've got her on the hook getting me bells. Which also she doesn't care about doing anything. She just wants to fish and catch butterflies. It's the cutest thing. It's like she's stuck in quarantine, so she's just like running around with a net, catching butterflies and catching fish, and she's just having the time of her life, and it's great. I'm so happy I have that for her because poor girl is stuck. So yeah, so I actually got to read, and it was cool. I like comic books. These are cool things. We should talk more about them and do something about it. So what did you read this week, Cole?
I definitely read a lot more this week than I have. So I read one of my first Black Mask books that I got. We Can Never Go Home. That book was. I just looked at the cover and I saw the author and I was like, "Oh, good." It is nothing like what I thought it was going to be about, but it was really good.
Which one are you talking about?
We Can Never Go Home.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the Black Mask books.
Yes,
It's
I want to read that.
I think it's Matthew Rosenberg, which is the same author as 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank.
I have that that's in my order that I'm waiting from in stock.
Black Mask is my next order, and that's going to be it. Yep.
Cool. So you liked it, even though it was something that you weren't expecting. You enjoyed it.
I mean, you look at the cover, and now that I look at the cover after reading it, I was like, oh, maybe I should have expected that thing that was.
Did you not read the synopsis?
No, I don't read synopsis. That's for idiots. I just look at covers.
Because I read the synopsis, I didn't really notice anything fancy about the cover.
What is the synopsis?
I didn't know the author at all, but I read the synopsis and I went, "Ooh, that's a book I really want to read."
Tell me what the synopsis is.
Is it like I don't remember now. I've read so much. Is it like teens with superpowers?
Okay, yep. I didn't realize superpowers were going to be a part of this book, and I didn't know it's kind of set up to be like issue 1 towards the end might be a spoiler, but if it's in the synopsis, it definitely isn't. Yep. Yeah. So like if you see like her hand, like her eyes, she has like stuff coming out of them over there where you're like, oh. But yeah, I like the colors. I was like, that's pretty cool. I read.
Yeah, I want to check that out. That was like at the top. That and God Killer were the two that I wanted the most.
I read all of Ascender.
Yeah.
So the first 10 issues. Yeah, the first 10 issues. Which I said this in our group chat, and I was just like, I personally think this might be better than Descender.
I mean, it's the same thing, though, right?
Yeah, I think I like this storyline more than that storyline.
Okay, but you don't
so far, like, right, and there's less of that in this.
There's way less of it.
Yeah. Which is funny because my favorite character in Descender is probably Driller.
He's a killer.
But like, Driller.
He's
not really a real person. He's essentially like Gru.
He's a ghost face.
In fact, it's hilarious because he's probably the most robot of the robots in that book.
But you need
everyone else is like AI.
Yeah, they're almost people.
Yeah. That's why
Driller, and that's your favorite one.
I don't like robots that are sort of people. I just want a real robot.
Does it like creep you out?
It's hard for me to like read and process in my head. I've said this multiple times. I don't know
why.
I
just rip my face off right now and I was a robot.
I would be so excited.
Yeah, I'd just. I caught up the last 2 issues of Family Tree. Yeah. I think that's definitely getting back. It was pretty cold on it. I think the end
was really cold on it.
It's not Hip Hop Family Tree, right? It's just Family Tree.
Yeah.
I keep being excited every time you say Family Tree. I'm excited.
It's Jeff. Yeah, it's a Jeff Lemire book.
Yeah.
I finished 2 issues of Jughead the Hunger, which if you read I like the Archer horror stuff. It's like lighthearted, fun horror. That's pretty good. I read all but the first issue because I already read that of Batman Curse White Knight. So finished that. The ending of that is amazing, and Nick hasn't read it, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
We're also live, and we can't do spoiler stuff, so.
We just went down to 0 viewers.
All of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man by Tom Taylor, which I really love the start of it. It was great. It slows down, but I love the Peter Parker stuff in it.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Last issue of Catwoman. Last issue of Young Justice. I read all the Batman Who Laughs.
Nice.
I reread. I don't think that's my style of book.
Oh. Okay.
I liked it. Like, it was good. I loved the art. I don't know if I don't like the Batman Who Laughs, so maybe I should have just not pulled this.
Probably.
You probably should have. That's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Central character.
And maybe I was just like, hey, let's give it a try. Maybe it's just like I need more of it. But
I'm not a big Aquaman fan, and I really didn't like this new trade of Aquaman. I don't know what's up.
Well,
Dang.
I don't know.
I thought maybe I would. All right, I gotta.
What?
Oh
boy, here it comes.
Oh yeah.
Spicy burrito.
Yeah. I did a second read of Invasion of Planet WrestleTopia, and then loosely in between there, I read 14-ish issues of Chew, which Chew is for me the perfect palate cleanser.
Whoa! You just got the challenge throw down on you, which I think is hilarious.
Wow. But why suffer that way?
Why do you hate him, Nat?
Why do you have to hate on Cole so much?
Yeah,
I get it,
and
he's
also,
the worst, but what are you gonna do?
I'm the resident
Like,
Marvel guy in the group.
That's why
So
I
I'm
thought
just
it
trying
was
to
cool.
broaden my horizon. Just kidding. I just have so I have like these two read boxes, and the DC one was full, so I'm just crushing some of that DC stuff. Like just because there's a lot of that I left in big runs, where it's just like here, crush like 10 books, you know.
Yeah.
And like for some of that stuff, I think it reads better that way for me. Like most of the team books, I like it like I don't like to read the team books monthly or weekly, just because they usually are bigger things where if you get it all at once, it's a nice little sweep. Or if you're waiting for it, you're either let down or too anxious for it to happen again.
Yeah, Jeff Johns, by the way, is the man, and the trench was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I want to go back on a couple things because way back here, what is Stealth? I don't think I've heard of it. The only thing I know about Stealth is it's a superhero story from Image. It is a superhero story from Image. It's based in Detroit, which is really cool.
Oh, that's right.
I like that a lot because we're from Michigan, obviously. From Cole saying we're all from Grand Rapids. We're from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So it's really cool because Detroit's dope, but it's a little rough. So it's based in Detroit, which is crazy that there's not more superhero stories based in Detroit.
Cyborg.
Like, I said more. I didn't say any. Because, dang, talk about a city that'd be easy to be like, yeah, oh wow, there's a lot of crime activity there. Weird. It's the real life Gotham, and no one's fucking writing about it. So that's really cool, and it's got a nice little twist that you don't really see coming, which I really appreciate. But it's written really well. It's a really interesting story so far. It's only one issue, so it's really hard to tell. But highly recommend. I mean, it's Image. So Cole, I know you have to get away from your DC like addiction, but I want you to just try it out. Try an Image book.
So I technically read only like.
I think I could. I just don't understand why I would.
I only read like. I think I read like. Let's see how many issues I read here.
It's gonna end up being like 90% DC, and it's gonna
no, it's not even close. So I read 71 books, and of that, maybe 15 of them were DC.
Jeez,
I might read more DC than you do.
Yeah, I mean, I read in there too. Like, I mean, that's the thing. I read 10 Ascenders. I read probably 14 Chew, 14 Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
I went from
like
100%
60 to 70
DC,
issues, and I have no DC or Marvel.
I went from 100% DC, and then I like discovered Image, and it was like, and now it's I've kind of leveled out. I think with metal and stuff coming, or death metal and all that, like DC is gonna take over again. I think I might a lot of Image stuff. I think I'm gonna go back to just trade waiting.
I think for me, most of my Image books, I read the second that I get them.
Yeah, I do.
Like they're usually my first books that I read, whereas like superhero stuff I kind of save. So, what book did you recommend?
I recommend it. I don't have it down here either, which sucks. But it's the history of professional wrestling.
Oh yeah, you talked about that.
I talked about it on the last stream. It's amazing, and I recommend it to him because he's also cool. So he likes wrestling.
DC has anti-heroes, right?
You mean like Batman?
Yeah.
I mean maybe more like. Do they?
Oh.
He's a vigilant, my dude. They don't let anti-heroes into the Justice League.
Unlimited? How about they couldn't help but have him in the Justice League because he's Batman? You think?
Is it like Red Hood? Isn't Red Hood?
Oh yeah,
Red Hood.
I don't
that
read Red Hood. I'm sure it's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some behind me here somewhere.
And love Image comics. I mean, yeah. Honestly, it's really sad. Vertigo's not a thing under DC's wing anymore. I know they have Black Label, which is helpful, but it's still we're still not. We lost some really weird, interesting stuff when Vertigo left.
Yeah, I
Red
mean,
Hood and the Outlaws is dope. I love Red
Hood. It was one of those where I just was pulling too much, or I probably would have kept it.
I fed you. My cat's still freaking out.
especially with Bizarro in there.
Yeah. So is that the end of your reading list? Did you have anything else before you got jumped on? About reading too much DC?
I did read 2 more issues of Sex Criminal.
Okay, I was like, please be.
Oh,
please
and
be.
I finished Folklords.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Which
you finished all the way?
Yeah, it's not done.
Yeah, I know that, but
I mean, that's kind of.
the last one.
I don't know if it's overall. It's definitely not a Dark Horse thing because there's like Hellboy and even like Black Hammer does like 12 issues, but I think Matt Kent usually just does like trades where it's like this is like he did it with Ether was one of the books he made. Here's 5 issues. Now here's Ether Copper Golem, and here's Ether the Tale of Victory Bell. So it's 15 issues, but there's 3 number 1s, and I don't know if that's like a Black Horse thing or if that's a Matt Kent thing. But I loved it. I mean, man, the more I'm looking at like stuff that really like impressed me from last year of books, Boom is one that was like pretty off my radar to pretty on. They came out with the one thing where they said they were releasing issue 1s and 2s where they would allow comic book shops to just send the issues back if they didn't sell them.
Yeah, that's really
so
cool.
I walked into our comic book shop after hearing that, and I was like, put me on every number 1 that they have. And he was like,
no
well,
risk.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, we have no number 1s like in the next 3 months. And I was like, he was like, and I was like, well, I just want to like help you because they're like, I want to help them with helping you. And he's like, I'll get them because they let me do that. So like, they'll be here.
Right.
So.
Which he's going to be here again starting next week because our comic book stores are opening back up for curbside pickup.
Boom Studios does the WWE run.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, I was going to say that about Boom. Boom.
They got some cool things because they also have Buffy, I think, right now. Or is that,
Is that Boom?
Or is that IDW? Or is that Dark Horse? I can't remember. Oh, Boom has some really cool licenses.
It is Boom.
Okay, I thought so. Boom has great licenses. Boom's awesome. I love me some Boom. It's underrated. Because Image is really hard to top because they just have so many really cool original IPs. But
I think there's more Image
Boom does really well with licenses. Image does really well with original IPs.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. So good. You reading that Hellmouth?
Are
you reading the new Hellmouth stuff?
I literally only read this.
Okay, well, it's
this
good.
one issue. It was good. I don't think that like I'm not a huge Buffy fan, so I don't think it's gonna be like if you're not super into Buffy, it's gonna sell you. But I like Jordi Belair, so I was like, oh, I'll give it a try.
I love Buffy. Buffy is life. Willow Party, all the way. Team Willow. Angel. I love Angel. I watch them both so much. I went through them so many times. I have a playlist on my Plex of it chronologically so it can bounce between Buffy and Angel because they were in the same universe TV-wise. Yeah. It's great. He's going to chug a natty. Cool, let's do it. Chug. It's
You're supposed to chug all that.
Will you just sip some?
Well, I got it all foamy.
Yeah, I got it all
foamy. You didn't tilt the cup.
I got to open this box, though.
Let's do it. Should we talk about curbside while you open up your box?
What?
Should we talk about curbside while you open up your box?
Yeah.
Sure. So I guess, I know for us,
Michigan,
starting next week, curbside is a thing. Do any of you guys currently have that? Are you guys doing that? I know a lot of places have been pretty off, but some places are different.
Whoa, there it is.
Wow. Proud of you.
That's a bad idea.
For those of you who don't know what Nick just drank, he drank a Natter Day.
And now what sucks is I need to open another one because it's gone.
And you got to burp. You're eventually going to just burp and it's going to be
I already did a little bit.
He did. Almost immediately. That was the first thing he did. There it is again. So we'll be able to get curbside stuff. I'm pretty paranoid, so I'm probably just going to keep sending them money and I'll pick them all up when shit's not so bananas. Because I can just not
I can pick your books up for you and keep them safe if you want. Or they can.
At Target.
Oh, you don't go where I go.
Yeah, I go to a different shop, man.
That's on you. And they've been kind of. I thought that they did it a few times. I don't know.
They didn't.
Okay.
No,
I know
what
they thought of
did
it.
do that was really cool was that they put comics outside their business.
For free.
So if you were taking a walk past their store, there was just free comic books sitting outside. That you
But
could just take.
they were shipping, weren't they?
No, that was Goldmine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Anyways,
think
so
Tardy's
we'll be able to pick up our comics next week.
I'm going to show the spot that doesn't have my address on it. This is my Source Point box that I just got today. So I can't really talk about any of this other than like that I was just excited to get it. So the one on top was Doll Island.
Yeah.
Which looks super cool.
Comic book poser, yes, he is wearing a fucking Kid Rock for Senate hat. Only the best. Goodbye. He just leaves.
Ogre.
We lost a subscriber and a friend. Thanks a lot, Nick, for your stupid hat.
Well, but does he know I'm wearing it sarcastically?
Yeah.
It's ironic, man. It's ironic, I swear.
Yeah. Ogre. I told you that was gonna happen. Too.
What did you open? What was it?
Ogre.
I wish I had my copy here so I could also put it here, but it's in that room.
This was one, I don't know why, I just started seeing pictures of it and I was like, I want to read that.
Dude, it's so good. It's maybe one of the best Source Point press books.
It looks really good.
I would also agree with you.
That was one that it was like must have.
Yep. That and...
Well, that too, I think of all of them that I've read is some of them, like, that book is a...
Poser has to remember that we're in Michigan and Kid Rock is very big on Michigan, so it's a thing.
He keeps
Anyways,
trying to like justify. He's like, just a,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I like a couple of his songs, okay?
I was alive when he was big. I can't help it. I was a teenager.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
He was 30 when Kid Rock was big. He can't help it.
Can you open that book in
What
your
book?
hands
The
right now?
book?
Yeah. Because I got that only, once again, I always
You got it off of the
buy a
cover? You got it off the cover? Stop doing that.
Why?
Because it's silly.
I usually do, but I'm usually happy about it.
What's wrong?
Alright, cool. I like...
Oh,
Oh, no, I was
just curious what the art was?
Yeah.
Because you didn't know?
Well, some of their books...
Again,
Very
I read
different.
the synopsis and I said, that sounds like a fun story.
Here's Nora.
Well, some of their books don't have
I didn't
color.
I didn't get Nora.
Or it's very different, and then like that's Nora.
Yeah. Well, that's also what's his face, Sean
Ooh.
Seals, right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Seal.
I've got
And
the
Casey
first
Pierce
two
is the
issues
author.
signed by the author, the artist, and the colorist, maybe
Of what?
So this
Nora?
of Nora.
I have.
They were at
I have 2 signed copies of Nora.
yeah.
From Casey.
Oh. Yeah, because they were big on the Comic Signals one year. I think mine of that is signed. That book is definitely different.
It's so different, but it's really good. What's next?
I think the thickest book of the bunch, and the one that I originally placed the order for.
Yeah.
I just saw the title and I said I need to read Samurai Grandpa.
Is that written by Sean Daly also?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's daily, right? Yeah.
Or no, it's his art.
It's just art. It's not written by.
Art.
I just know that he's like, I think he's in my opinion, I love his art. I think he's my favorite artist in that whole company.
So
I mean,
good.
it's like
So
he
good.
does ogres, and I also he does another book called Terra Quill. Know nothing about it, so I did the art, bought it.
You mean that?
Yeah.
Derek will.
And I talked about it on
Because Source Point saw my list of what I was buying, and they were like, if you want more Sean, buy this. And then I read the synopsis, and I said, ooh.
Oh my.
So I added that one. Then I got a couple one-shots. I got, just because the cover looks dope.
It's a dope cover. Awesome. It reminds me
It's
of
something about Mars or
No Man's
something.
Sky a little bit. I dig it.
I was kind of thinking like The Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
And
or even like an Ice Cream Man issue.
Yeah, right?
Oh, what
and I
is
had
this?
to have that.
Noise.
I had to have that.
That's dope. Yeah.
If you didn't buy Paradox Cole, then go read the synopsis, and then you'll read it. And it's all like this.
It's a flip
instead.
book.
Who? I'm not into that.
Oh my god, have us fun with something for a change.
Oh, this is probably out of all of this, I'm reading this first.
Man, that just there's
I'm
some
reading it
books.
first, man.
I mean, at least it's all there, but there's some books where it's just like, hey, turn in the middle of it, and that bugs me. Well, I just hate it when I'm reading those on like.
I like it when
a
it's
tablet.
Batman and he's like all drugged up and you're experiencing the world changing and stuff. I thought that was very effective in Snyder's run. But I did for a moment, anytime it happens, I do for a moment think like, oh, is my print messed up? You know? So that's my source point order. So that's a bunch of stuff that I'll be talking about all over the next couple days.
Cool.
So I'm excited. I've read very little. I read the Dead End Kids and maybe one other thing from them. I haven't read a whole lot from Source Point.
Yeah, I mean, I just they used to always come to the Comic Signal for their like anniversary stuff. So supporting local comics, and I mean, a lot of them were. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say, Savants is Gary Reed's last book he ever wrote before he passed away suddenly. So I would check that out. It's kind of a big deal. Source Point has that's a pretty big milestone. So it's a great book.
Boom. So yeah, what else?
What's in the box?
I don't know. I don't think I got like an invoice in it, so it's hard to like.
I think we all agree. Maybe Ogres, he definitely should get.
Yes.
The Dowell Island looked sweet. The Wild Strawberries at World End looked awesome. Ogre looked awesome.
Nick's a dum-dum, remember.
And if you just want to get like a single issue, I'm just gonna throw this one
That's
out
good.
here.
That's great. Really, I don't think you can go wrong. I had to cut down half of my shopping cart before I could finally hit okay.
If you want,
and if you do buy from them right now, send them a message with your order number and your local comic book store because they're doing 25%. So not only is like all their stuff on sale right now, but they're doing 25% to your local shop.
Yep.
So
Ogres is easy. Ogres, Dead End Kids. I really like Plague Doctor. If you want something really different than what you're going to get somewhere else, Plague Doctor. Really different, very interesting, quick read, super quick read, but it's really good. I definitely recommend it.
And I just like that guy, the guy that wrote it. It's David Brown, I think is his name.
Yeah.
He writes a lot of these. His stuff is very mature.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
This isn't mature as in like, oh my goodness. There is moments like that where it's like, whoa, but it's just mature in how it is. Like, it's got really cool themes and it's pretty deep and it's interesting. I like it.
Yeah, like I know that he used to run his own company, and then I think he just merged in with them, and his like whole thing was like something about like we write comics for people who like their coffee black. I just remember like reading that and I was like, that's kind of funny. Maybe I don't agree with this, but also maybe I will.
What does that even mean? That's just a taste preference. I only review comics for people who like IPAs. Like what who's that person? I mean, I know who that person is, and it's white 30-something-year-olds.
Hey, I know who it is. It's that guy.
Yeah? Sure. And it's that guy. And it's that. Wait. Oh, I'm
But
reversed.
like you're
That guy.
you're the staple person.
I know, but I'm not mirrored.
Oh, am I mirrored?
I want to be able to show off when it says it. I want to have it be right, so I'm not mirrored. So I have to go back.
Now I have to look at the screen to see if when I point at you.
You were right.
Oh, I was right?
It's
Okay.
just my video is not mirrored.
Ah, yeah. Yep.
Oh boy.
Just show off.
You're kind of pointing the right way. All right.
Anyways.
So you got your source point thing. I finally got my TKO, which felt like it was forever, even though it was very quick. I'm very excited about it. Do you have on the horizon something? Because obviously Nick and I have a lot lined up to read. Because I also have Black Mass coming whenever that shows up. What's your what do you got?
Two orders coming in. I mean, I'm just generally reading Chew. I've got so many trades. I mean, I've never read Invincible yet.
Dude, it's really good. I
have the first.
It's good.
I have the first compendium,
yeah,
so if I just want to get at something,
there's a lot
that's 48 issues. So the source point issues that I got were Terraquill, Wild Strawberries at World's End, Samurai Grandpa, and I got Salvengers Volume 1. Which
okay, yeah, I heard that was good.
That is, I think I plugged it as like their thought is these are the people. It's about the people that fix the ships in sci-fi books.
Who's the writer? Do you know?
The same guy. It's Bob Sally who wrote Broken Gargoyles. And
okay, then that wasn't. I had one person from one of the companies. I forget who it was, but they were like, "Oh, you should buy this book and definitely this book." And then I clicked on their bio, and they were the author of that book.
And then I also did an in-stock trade, which isn't going to be here for a while, but I got the I got the Black Hammer Library Edition. I've been eyeing it, and I just want to reread that first. So I was like,
what's the difference between the Library Edition and like just Volume 1?
So like I mean, obviously it's going to have extras, and that's a book I'll read, but I think size. So these are just books that like I think this is a Library Edition size, and like this is a standard comic. So it's a little bit bigger.
It's a hardcover, right?
Yeah. So it's hardcover.
Like TKO size.
It's gonna be. That was bigger than a TKO book.
Here, put it up to the screen, and we'll compare it to my TKO. That's how it works, right?
No,
yeah.
No.
I definitely don't have a TKO book here.
I just said I had one to. Man, come on! It's yeah. See, okay. So what?
See, as you can tell, the TKO book is bigger.
It's roughly a quarter the size of a TKO book.
I mean, like I said, this month was the first time, or this week was the first time I started getting at physical books. Also, I forgot I had these sitting here. Which also this book, Lois Lane. Granted, it's DC, but it's awesome. Lois Lane.
Oh, yeah.
DC, the little maxi. It is. I love it. It's got the question in it, but it's I forget her name, but it's the like female one. There's a female question. Obviously, Superman's in it, but very minimally.
Good lyrics right there. You show me yours, and I'll show you mine here on the Burrito.
I didn't actually say things, I just mouthed it.
Yeah, no, I noticed because you didn't have anything come out.
Yeah. Also, I've been like weirdly going through and sorting my stuff.
Sorting his stuff while we're on camera?
Yeah. Apparently, I had this Hawkeye.
What are you doing, Nick?
The comic book poster wanted the list, and I was like, I'll just type it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is also like if you like one shots. I read this, which is the same person who wrote Nora.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for this, but my comic shop put it in my box and I bought it.
Casey Pierce.
You're such a sucker.
I mean,
he's like, yeah,
you'll like this. Everyone
like
this.
You'll want
I
and
like this
you want it in the variant too. Trust me.
I asked for stuff, and I think he's just like, I think you asked for this, but I don't
like,
remember.
yeah.
But I'd rather save you one, but
Yeah,
not.
you want
You
this.
want this? And he's like $5.
Somehow he also got 10 issues of one comic because that's what he wanted, according to the comic book guy.
I definitely like, as I'm like resorting stuff, it's like I think I've awkwardly bought the same comic twice, but like have been so behind on it that I haven't really realized. And it's like, well, whatever.
Whatever.
Or the worst is when you ask for something, then they're like, we don't have it. And then you buy it on eBay and they're like, oh, I ended up getting it. It's like, well, now I have 2 of this.
Oh, I just go, oh, I found it. I don't need it.
Can I ask how you thought of Rotten Tail?
It's so weird.
So
I
for
love
me,
it's so weird. I love it.
it's a movie. You know that.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah.
I really want to see the movie. I don't think I enjoyed reading it.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I think it was really cool. But maybe we can talk to SourcePoint and see if we can do like a showing while live streaming Rotten Tail, because that'd be cool.
Oh yeah,
There's
first
a
watch?
book? Or a watch?
No, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, like a Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
Where's Nat for the Mystery Science Theater references that she always makes to us?
MST.
Man, she hasn't commented in a while. She probably went to bed.
She's
Yeah.
in gin number 7 now, so she's not
Yeah.
she's not able to type. Also, comic book poster loves Lois Lane, but comic book poster, I love Lois Lane. I covered him.
Oh, and he's a Marvel guy.
He's a Marvel guy.
I mean, it's a good book. It's a good.
We got you.
He hates Superman, but man, that Lois Lane.
I also am not like I'm not a huge Superman fan.
I'm not either.
I understand not being a huge Superman fan. I don't understand how you can hate Superman. It's Superman.
I mean, Superman's fine. He's just so.
Okay. Yeah.
It just depends on how he's written and how OP they make him. Because I can run almost as fast as the Flash, and I'm just as strong as everybody else.
Or if you're Tom King, you can run faster.
Yeah, what the hell, Tom King? What the
It
fuck?
is.
That doesn't make any. You take away
No.
Flash being the
I was so mad.
Flash.
He
can't
doesn't beat him.
Superman.
He doesn't beat him.
Yeah, he does.
He just says he could, doesn't he?
No,
and he held back and let him one.
He beats him because he's Superman. He pulls a I'm Batman.
Nice, good for him.
He pulls a basically because I'm Batman. That whole issue is a because I'm Superman. And as soon as I saw Superman lined up with Flash, I was like, he's gonna do it. This son of
He's gonna
I
do
knew
it. He's
I knew
gonna
he was
do
gonna
it.
I was instantly just angry.
Which is like, it would be like if somebody like beat Batman at thinking
Right.
with prep time.
It's just,
Like, Nightfall.
right, they're like, man, Batman had a year to prep for this and he still lost.
Yeah. And it was just a fist fight against another person.
It was just a regular fight. He doesn't even have powers.
Yeah, it was against a non-powered person. He just lost.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a Bat family member.
No, it's just this guy they pulled off the street. It was like,
And he didn't have prep at all.
Yeah, it was like live with Jimmy Fallon. They just went outside and grabbed the guy.
It was actually Jimmy Fallon.
It was Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon beat Batman in a fight.
After Batman had a year of prep time to analyze Jimmy Fallon's weaknesses.
Yes.
And Jimmy Fallon still won. It's amazing.
Of which there are many.
Damn it, Tom King.
Oh.
So that's basically what happens when Superman meets
Otherwise,
Flash.
I liked it. It was fine.
The
I'm super glad I didn't buy it because I was that close to buying Up and Away because everybody on Twitter was freaking out about how good it was. And I saw it on Amazon and I'm like, $25. And then I saw it on Hoopla and I read it first and I went, That was good. But if you really love Superman, you might really like it. I didn't.
I mean, like, I know you mentioned the thing about not liking the way that, or liking the way that Bendis wrote it. I think the biggest hate for the internet is that the internet loved Tomasi's run.
Which I haven't read, so that's fair. That's fair. I haven't read it.
They have these cool Lenticore covers, or however you say that. So.
I did read those.
Well, that was Tomasi.
Okay, I did read that. That's when
I think they were more into action than Superman, but I could be wrong.
That was the end of his run, right?
Yeah, those were that Oz. I never read it, but Don was like, "Hey." Speaking of which, he actually just Facebook messaged me back and was like, "We don't have these sex criminals, but we can order them.
We
but
don't
they
have
won't be
these
here."
sex criminals.
Oh, I just said, "Hey."
It's the best title because it just is terrible. I love it.
Yeah.
We don't have these sex criminals.
There's like they do the not safe for work variants, and one of them is just a butt plug.
Yep.
And somebody goes, there was like a Reddit post that was like, "I bought this comic, it's 9.5 graded, just so that when I die, my wife will have to try and sell a comic of a butt plug."
I didn't think about this. That's great. That's a good idea.
I definitely considered buying it at that very moment.
It's still good.
I'm loud, sorry.
No, my
you're
can was very loud. Jimmy Fallon would beat Batman in a lip sync battle.
Absolutely. Jimmy Fallon will beat anyone in a lip sync battle.
But he'll be gracious and say other people won, even though he won.
Right, yeah. It's so
he's a
clear
good
that
host.
he did better, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he won.
It goes to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
do this
say
professionally. That's fine.
Spider-Man would probably beat him.
What?
Have you
his mouth move?
Have you seen the Tom Holland umbrella?
He just stand there like.
There's no lips. You can't win a lip sync battle without lips.
I guess you can't deny that he didn't nail it.
Right? That's true. Deadpool, on the other hand, you do get to see his mouth articulate while talking, because they did the whole Ryan Reynolds had to go back because they did shot it with just his mask and they didn't like that it wasn't doing enough. So you had to mocap every single line after that, because that dude loves that movie so much. It's amazing. So that they could digitally make the mask articulate while he's talking. So Deadpool could, because it'll show.
I was just more going towards the Tom Holland lip sync battle that he did.
That was a good one.
That's Tom Holland. That's not Spider-Man.
Same person, sort of.
No.
It's not.
Tom Holland is not Spider-Man.
Tom Holland's a meek little boy.
That is currently playing Spider-Man.
Tom's a treasure.
Is the Walmart Spider-Man.
Holy shit. Tom Holland's a Walmart Spider-Man? How do I get Hot Take Alert onto here?
They all know. They follow the Twitter. They know. I really liked him, and then now that I've been rewatching some of them, I want Andrew Garfield back.
Paul Rudd is the evolution of Jimmy Fallon, just so you're aware.
Yes.
Like, that's why he beat him, because he's Jimmy Fallon's next evolution. When you level up Jimmy Fallon enough, you get a Paul Rudd. And that's why he's so amazing.
Pretty much, Jimmy Fallon is, I drink a lot and I'm still like 22 guy, and Paul Rudd's
He's
like,
from the future.
Yeah,
He's
I
from
stopped
the future.
drinking,
He came back.
and I'm more likely to just maybe like smoke a bowl here and there. That's Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd just slap at the base.
Slap at the base.
Slap at the base, man.
Hey.
Yes.
Hashtag spicy burrito. Yeah, it's true.
Spicy burrito. I don't think, is it? I don't think there's a whole
I
lot
don't think
of
we're
love.
spicy yet.
I don't think there's a whole lot of love long term for Holland Spider-Man. I think people like the MCU and stuff, but most
Holland's
Spider-Man
so charming in person. That's what endears me to that
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
I love Tom Holland. He's a great little guy.
He breaks chairs during panels and then just sits on the floor because he's like, I don't need a chair. This is fine.
Yeah, he's
And
great.
it's just like, oh,
He's
little
great.
buddy.
And
he has like a romance going with Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's just like, you guys are so cute. Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the push-up shirt off challenge or whatever, and then Ryan Reynolds is like, I'm not going to do that. Also, what's up, Lawson Comics? Thanks for showing up.
Oh, what up?
Thanks.
Better late than never is true. Did you guys say that at the same time? Jinx.
Yeah, I just responded back.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you sent that at the same time, that's adorable.
No, it was after the fact, but
basically, you've missed Nick saying Tom Holland's the worst Spider-Man ever.
No.
And
no,
then
that's
we got our
Tobey Maguire.
and we got our TKO and Source Point Press stuff in. That's basically the whole live stream.
No, Tobey is still my least favorite.
Tobey Maguire had nothing to go off of, and he did a fine job with what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he was like a breakthrough for superhero films as we know them today.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield is the weakest link of all of them. Let's just throw that out there into the orbits.
No, he needed his third movie.
He needed his third movie.
And everybody hated
it. Wasn't good enough to get it.
Out. Everybody hated it before. What? I'm going to have to rewatch this later because I missed what he said.
I said
he wasn't good enough for a third one. I liked it. Yeah, Lost in Comics is in our camp. Toby.
It was fine. I mean, I was what?
I didn't say I hated Toby.
You said he should die for his performance.
I said he's the worst of the three. But that doesn't mean it's bad.
I mean, that came out. I was still in high school. I was like, this is so sweet to see Spider-Man doing.
You can't count nostalgia. That's not fair.
Man, everybody's going off of. Dude, you're losing. You're losing Grabs and Lost. Spider-Verse though, and then Matt just comes in with the obvious, like, yeah, guys, you can stop debating this. The Spider-Verse is the best one. He's like, guys,
Spider-Verse
this
isn't
is the best
only
one.
the best Spider-Man movie; it's arguably the best comic book movie. Yeah, it's
aside from the
Dark Knight.
Oh, Phantom. Remember that late 90s, early 2000s movie with the guy with the ring with the skull?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's obviously the best. Yeah, he is in like a leotard or like a morph suit, black mask. Obviously, it's a superhero movie of all time.
Original Dick Tracy.
Yes. These cannot be beat. But Spider-Verse is pretty good compared to them.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's alright. Hashtag Team Nick Posers on your side.
Yeah, Garfield's the best Spider-Man there was. I don't think the movies were necessarily the best.
Poser, are you saying Garfield? You're with him, and Garfield is the best Spider-Man of all time? And we're not
best live action.
We're not including Spider-Verse. We're not including Spider-Verse.
Obviously, the Peter Parker in Into the Spider-Verse, played by Nick.
Yeah.
What's his name? I don't remember. But yeah, obviously the best. But otherwise,
But yeah, no. But Nick from New Girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Josh or Jake.
Jake. It doesn't matter. He's obviously the best, but live action, I'm
Nick Miller. Oh, that's good. Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson, there.
He also is in. If we're gonna talk other comic book shows, he's in Stumptown.
Oh. Neat.
So also, just so that we know, like, I want to let the world know what Nick is talking about.
Whoa.
You should be able to see on my screen.
Hijacked.
This is what he's talking about.
Oh my god.
That's not what I'm talking about at all.
Oh, no, you took over the entire screen.
Oh, I did not know that.
On my side, it's just Garfield's
That's gonna be sweet for the time that happens.
Pops in and it's just like, there's Garfield Spider-Man.
I thought it would just show it in like my area.
I go on record that Garfield Spider-Man is better than Tobey Spider-Man.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
that's just a drawing.
I like it. No, it's fine. It's fine. I get that people like Tobey's Spider-Man 2 as their favorite. It's been so long. I want to rewatch them, but I don't have any access to them. I might have them on DVD.
I would say Tobey Maguire is probably my favorite Spider-Man, but it's probably sentimentality.
That's fair.
Because I loved those movies, and I loved Kirsten Dunst. My goodness.
That's fair.
My goodness, I was just like, oh boy. Because one of my guilty pleasure movies that I love of all time is Bring It On. Because it's the best.
And it's also cold in here.
Yeah, so and you're gonna bump my gas someday. That's one of the lines. That's what they say.
I just know there must be some toros in the atmosphere.
Burr, 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 burr. And then, yeah, so I love those first two. Spider-Man 3 is a hot flaming garbage pile of shit. And I really love Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home. I like those movies a lot. And I like him in Civil War, and I liked him in Endgame and the other one. And they're not super memorable. I think it would have been interesting.
I don't think they're going to hold up at all.
I think that Amazing Spider-Man's already out of people's thoughts. I don't think that'll hold up at all either. Because
no, it won't. No, it won't, but it should have. It should have done way better than it was. I don't think
it's in the wrong house. I think that they shouldn't be with Sony. That's just unfortunate.
That's fine.
It's just unfortunate.
That's fine.
It needs to be like a full Marvel thing because who knows if they were under Marvel from the beginning, Spider-Man would have started off totally differently, and it would be a completely different. We probably would have had the same Spider-Man actor for the last decade, and we would just now be getting like Miles because Tobey would have been throughout. Like it would have been like Iron Man, and then it would have been Spider-Man, or maybe Spider-Man might have been where Iron Man was. We could have gotten like instead of Iron Man kicking off the MCU in like the most first meaningful way, it could have been Spider-Man, and then Tobey could have been our thread instead of it could have been Tobey Maguire or whoever. It could have been Spider-Man. It could have been Peter Parker being the thread that is throughout all of the movies instead of Robert Downey Jr. And Tony, which is really interesting.
Krabs, yeah, same with Todd. It's fair. I get it. If Tobey's your favorite because of nostalgia, that's fine. I won't argue that. That's fine.
Man, there was nothing for us comic book geeks. It was
just like for people who say Star Wars is really good. I get it. It's fine. It's from your childhood. If you want to think it's really, really good, more power to you.
Man, all the hot takes. I need to get a hot take overlay.
It's not, but it's very fun, and that's okay.
Are you talking about the prequels, or are you talking about, like, 4, 5, 6?
Man. He's talking about 4, 5, 6.
You're such a dick.
The whole burrito.
You're such a dick.
So, I'm just going to throw out, so we were kind of talking, what are you guys planning on reading?
Oh, God, this is not a cheerocracy, it's a cheer-tatorship. I didn't know that. That makes me so happy. Fuck yeah. Fucking Big Red was a bitch. But, yeah.
Because I definitely have a lot of stuff lined up, I think. I think I'm going to read, a friend recommended The Man Who Effed Up Time. I don't know what that is. I think it's Boom. It is Aftershock. I know that they talked about it on Lost in Comics, Punisher Soviet. I grabbed that. What is Nick saying over here?
You know, I need to start logging in on YouTube under my account so people know that it's my account.
I have to stream over this, so I feel like you guys should be on your own names in that way.
Yeah, I'll do that next time for sure. It's way too late.
Yeah, it is. But
I just know when you're live, it looks
cool. Poser apparently would have killed himself in a garage if Tobey would have been the anchoring point for MCU. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know, man. It would have been different because Marvel would have been doing it, not Sony.
Okay.
Anyways, we don't need to get. Just that comment was just like, oh my god. Also, get sad. It's a really great establishment for mental health and for people to do things. If you're ever struggling or doing anything, please reach out. There's many sources. Hit us up. We'd be happy to help because I don't want to take this lightly. These are trying times where we all can feel very isolated. We love you. Thank you for being here.
Are we done?
No, I just want to follow up the "kill myself in a garage" comment with a very
don't
with a
do
different
that.
feel.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that. Just
Please don't do that.
Changing the mood on it.
If you did that, then we'd only have 7 people watching right now.
Yeah.
And that's no good.
That's no good.
Think of us.
Segue. I'm gonna finish this book.
Oh, speaking of, nice.
Yes.
Next week too.
So good.
I read the first 2. I liked it. It was just one of those 2, and I love Mark Russell. Like his what was it? I might even read his Wonder Twins.
Good.
But I
It's
loved
really
his Flintstones. I think, and I have to finish his Snagglepuss too. Like he writes these weird stories, like, but they're so good.
They're great. Wonder Twins is amazing. And then if you like Punisher, Soviet, if you're a Punisher fan from Lost Comics,
I know. Yeah, they mentioned it a few times on there, so I saw that and I grabbed it and I was like, oh well, I'll give this a read, see what it's all about. And it is, I think it's Innes, which like I think that's the guy that should write Punisher.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Punisher's hard because he's one of those guys too, where a lot of his stuff is just like, here's a few issues, but Innes is like obviously the dude that should.
Yeah, he is a good fit.
And Lost in Comics, I know you just posted that. It is a very like Flintstone is very politically driven, and it's very
as you would expect from Flintstones.
In a funny way,
it was always cutting edge.
It's like this weird thing. Like one of them is like people are like, we're talking about getting married, and they're like, why would people get like? It's pretty much the joke on like people shouldn't. Like, gay marriage is wrong. Like, they're just saying, like, normal marriage because they're cave people. Like, why would you get married? We're just having sex with everyone out here or something like like, there's just a lot of, like, weird stuff where it's, like, funny to see, like,
he makes good points.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't watch these live streams. It's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Hey, we're all wearing rings, though. Well, except Nick. Nick never wears
Nick has a tattoo.
Yeah.
His is permanent.
That's why I don't lose it.
He can't get away. He's tagged.
So Grabs, I don't know if I liked it better. I liked them both. I think they can he's talking about The Boys, by the way. I still haven't finished The Boys. I'm like pretty hard in. I love the show and I love the book.
I have not watched the show or read the book, but I want to. I just haven't had the time to. It seems like a daunting task to get into because there's a lot of content.
I've read it, but I haven't watched it mostly because this shit terrifies me when I really love something that I've read. I'm scared to watch it.
Oh, I figure if I'll watch it, and then I figure if the video sucks, then whatever, I'll reread the comic.
It's easily in my top 5 live action TV shows.
Wow.
What?
The Boys? Like, I'm saying live action superhero TV shows.
Okay. I was like, it's better. It's up there with like The Wire. Are we talking like Wire quality? Because
it's not Breaking Bad, but it's
holy shit.
In my head, I'm just like, wait, hold on.
That has to be so many things.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's like the only show that I'm going to say
it's that good. If it's in your top 5, I'm shutting this off right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go hit it because I got to know what this is like. Then
I mean, I'm like the only comic
live
book
action superhero TV shows.
Comic book show. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Live action superhero comic book TV show is a much more niche category. You're like up against Daredevil and
the only thing that I would put
Jessica Jones,
it.
Luke Cage, Daredevil. Watchmen.
Well, I'm gonna put Deadly Class over it for
Deadly
sure.
Class.
Deadly Class is easily my favorite.
Umbrella Academy.
I would say it's bad. Those are.
X-Men.
This is probably The Boys.
X-Men the animated series.
That's animated. That's not live action.
Doom Patrol.
I haven't finished Doom Patrol. I really liked it, but my friend canceled his DCU, and I just have been. My wife actually liked that show, so
Runaways?
I'll watch it with her.
Oh,
Runaways. I liked Runaways. I liked Runaways a lot. Like of all the Marvel shows, I would say that, and like maybe.
What about
I love the first season of Luke Cage. I didn't like the second as much. I just like Cottonmouth. What's his name? Mahershala Ali.
yeah.
I never watched Heroes, and
Oh,
I
Arrow in the Flash.
I didn't like Arrow as much as I liked the Flash.
Arrow season 1 through 3 before Felicity and Friends was
is right.
Good television.
It is, and then it gets super soap opera.
And then it gets so soap opera.
I'd be like playing, like I was playing one of the Final Fantasy MMO, and my wife would come in like, "What are you watching?"
Comic Book Poser said The Tick.
The Tick.
I did watch The Tick.
The Tick. That's
in my top.
It was fun.
That's in my top.
That's an easy one for.
They need to do so much more of that.
Inhumans, Iron Fist, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, Iron Fist is the worst.
Yeah, but I'm just going through my Plex. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter.
I will be right back.
Yeah. Oh, so if now we're here, she'd take a pee break on Nick first, which is very weird.
Whoa. That's that took me a second. I know what you're talking about because yes, he's the first one with a pee break.
I'm trying. I mean, like, yeah, like I love the boy. I mean, the boys. It's the hard thing is it's raw. Like it is. I mean, the boy.
Yeah.
Granted, if you've read the boys,
it's
raw.
Yeah.
I mean, I just know like it was one of those things where like the only thing is I'm not finished with the boys yet. I don't think this will happen, but it definitely like I was 4 trades in. And the first season ruined shit for me.
Yeah.
Just because, like, like there's like relationships that you might not see in the book until later seasons happen fairly quickly.
Okay. Interesting.
And you're just like, oh, okay, and then it happens, and I was like, oh, that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen.
God, I wish I could figure out how to put this in.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I know, I heard it.
Okay. Just making sure.
Man, I'm gonna be this guy. I don't think I liked Daredevil a lot. I really liked Fozzie
Wuzzy was a bear, yeah.
What was his name though? The buddy.
Yeah.
I liked him, and I don't know, like.
Dude, that first season, that was something special.
But the thing is, when I watched Defender, I love Daredevil and Defender, so I don't know, maybe I just wasn't in the mood. I think it's also really Daredevil's really dark.
You gotta be okay with it because it is really dark.
Well, I just meant like too, like not even like it's
physically dark.
Yeah, like the color of like under me right here.
Yes, it is physically dark. Yes.
Yeah, and it's hard to see something, so it's like kind of like, and I get that that's a thing, but
Smallville. Oh my God, Smallville. Fuck yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
I have a bunch of Smallville on DVD.
Me too.
Now.
Me too.
I don't think I have all of it, but I have a lot of it.
I have like up to like season 7 or something like that. That's back in my buying DVDs.
8 or 9?
Mm-hmm. That was back in my buying DVDs at Best Buy when they're on sale days, so that I can rewatch shit.
Yeah.
I fucking love Smallville. I love Smallville.
I'm gonna start rewatching it soon. I wish it was. I don't think it's on DC Universe.
What does not help is the whole Allison Mack cult enslaving
not
women.
great.
That does not help the rewatch so much, but Kristen Kruk is very pretty. And Tom Welling is a handsome man, so it's a good combo. He's just. Are you make a pyramid out of your Natter days? Pyramid out of Natter days.
Natter days.
My boxes are not
waterproof
or level.
Oh.
Suck it up. Yeah. Chug another.
I mean, it's the most chuggable beer in the world.
That can't be.
I don't know about that.
That can't be true.
It's so sweet, it hurts.
That's why.
I would say like Coors Light is the most chuggable beer.
I don't think Miller Lite is even like, or the Genuine Draft, the
The champagne
Yeah,
beers.
Yeah, maybe a
High Life.
Miller
High
Triple.
Life.
High Life. Yeah, that's right there with Coors, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those like low cal, zero.
Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, Michelob Ultras are just like.
Yeah. They're also like what 2.8% alcohol.
Yeah, you gotta drink a lot of them.
You gotta play some
Yeah,
beer
headache.
pong and do some flip cup.
Yeah. It mostly makes you just pee a lot. It's not
or
even...
puke pure beer.
Or puke, yeah.
It's just beer. You're not even puking anything real. It's because you drink too much that your stomach is like, no, you gotta offload some of this. Pouring one out myself, also my friends. Pouring one out for the homies.
He did say and the homies. Oh,
Did he
also
say
my
and the
friends.
homies?
Oh,
Also my
I
friends.
assumed that like also like I'm pouring out one out for me, but also for the homies.
Just an assumption.
Yeah, drink one for me too.
Any beer labeled light ice is pretty easy to chug. That's fair.
So there is definitely a beer called Miller Lite Ice.
Yeah.
I remember being 20 years old, seeing it in the store,
40
and
years ago.
telling my mom to buy it for me.
We had different parents.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
Like,
Holy
hey,
shit.
I was just like, you've never done this? No. I was just like, can you just buy me this? Because I need to have this, and I've never seen this before.
I think Nat heard us say Natter Days and Nat a lot to the point where she woke up from her gin number 8 and was like, oh. What's a beer pong, a Burrito Kart? Because I'm assuming it has Mario Kart is involved. But I'm curious as to what we always have beer pong, a Burrito Kart here. Nat her days.
Or they have a beer cart.
Natter Days are for the boys.
For the boys.
Sorry, Nat.
Sorry, Nat. They're not for you. I know that's confusing.
It's kind of like the Bics that were for women. It's pens for women.
Yeah.
You can't drink this liquid. You need the women liquid. Because that makes sense.
Yeah, this wouldn't work for you.
I'm just thankful y'all don't call me Natty Light.
We could.
We could. Are you sure you don't want that?
Well, she says she doesn't want that, so I would assume.
I know. I'm just making sure because sometimes people.
I don't know how you guys work.
I don't know. Maybe she's using reverse psychology and she wants to be called Natty Light.
Right. She's like, hey guys, don't give me a nickname.
Don't do it. Don't.
Whatever you do, it would drive me crazy if you called me this.
I would hate it. That's how I am with people. I'm just like, no.
So Nat, is that what you're doing now?
That's why they call me. That's why they call me Dick Face.
Yeah, you kept telling us, "Don't call me Dick Face."
Don't call me
eventually
Dick
you just
Face.
said, "I want to be called Dick Face."
And now I'm Dick Face. Reverse psychology at its finest. Mario Kart. Mario Kart, but no drinking while driving. So you must finish your beer before crossing. But no drinking while driving. Wait, what?
Yeah, you have to stop and chug.
You have to stop and chug and then you can go?
Yeah. You've never played?
Fuck no! That's amazing!
We should do that once we can get together again.
We could do that here! You guys need switches. Get a switch.
I don't have.
I don't have.
What?
You're the only one.
I have 2.
I had one and I sold it.
Well, he has 2, so me and Todd can play.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll give Cole a controller that's not plugged in.
He's player 2, like a brother.
I'll just be Luigi though.
We give him an original Xbox controller and tell him it's the other player.
He's like, hey.
Why do I have this Mad Catz Xbox controller? What the hell?
Well, it's got the turbo buttons.
Yeah, it's got turbo button, and there's fans in it to keep your hands cool.
Yeah, it lights up.
I mean, I do have the sweatiest hands, I would assume.
Why you gotta assume that? What? I can't have sweaty hands. I have sweaty hands.
I don't mean to brag, but I got pretty sweaty hands.
Next time we're all in public, we're gonna hold hands.
We'll all hold hands and see who has the sweatiest.
It's what the people want.
Yeah. It's damn COVID. If it wasn't for COVID, we'd be holding hands in person.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
So in case anyone cares, the lion's got an edge. I don't know what that means.
What?
I got an edge.
The lion's got an edge?
Yeah, the person's position is edge.
Edge?
What?
Edge.
What?
Like the edge of what?
What's the
I'm
edge?
assuming he's like a defensive end and or linebacker.
He gets really close to orgasming, but doesn't?
He went to Notre Dame.
I'm sure that's what it is, Ted.
Oh, he's a defensive end. He's a defensive end that can probably go to like outside linebacker.
It's basically what I said. That's basically what I said.
I kind of stopped paying attention and started reading stuff.
When I said
That's
orgasm, you stopped paying attention?
Yeah, pretty much. That was the last thing I heard.
What's funny is my wife does too. But yeah. Thanks for that's a good drum roll. That was a
That was
good
the
drum
Phil
roll.
Collins.
Yeah, you had the full. You were like Def Lepparding. Just
Oh, it was
going
Run
for
to the
it.
Hills, maybe.
Rush. It was Rush. You were like 22 drumming it.
Yeah.
Nick looks like a 12-year-old now in frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Micah came in to fill in for Nick.
It's because I got tired of standing here, so I sat down in my chair finally. Here, I can move up.
It's just saying you look small.
Next to Cole.
Captain Sweaty Hands. That's a good one.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, I almost left my boyfriend 2 weeks ago when he suggested I play Luigi in original Mario 2. Whoa, that's shade right there. What's wrong with Luigi?
Yeah, well, is it? I mean, you can.
I was the
make
older
stuff.
brother that always wanted to be Luigi.
There you go.
I liked Luigi.
When I'm playing Mario Party or Mario Kart, I almost always am Waluigi. I love
Waluigi.
Waluigi, yeah.
Waluigi.
Waluigi. What did
Waluigi.
you say?
Waluigi.
Do you, Nat?
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
Man, I just go Yoshi usually because
have
like
that
I'm an
same
accelerating
beanie,
guy.
You have a Red Wing Heritage merino wool hat, Nat?
That your wife shrank?
Yeah, that was shrank in the dryer because your wife
This is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this.
Oh, if I knew where mine was right now, we packed up our
Well-
winter stuff, I'd go get it and show the difference.
Well, if you wear it like that, you look like you're on Life Aquatic, so that's kind of
Yeah, dude,
I
that's
do kind of like
that's
it.
better.
That's over
That's
here.
better, dude. That's so,
It's starting to stretch out a little bit too.
dude. That's the way to rock it right there. You also kind of look like a monk. I like it.
Yeah, dude. Why don't you go make some chartreuse?
Original NES Mario 2 had the worst skills. Why are you playing Mario 2? Mario 1 and Mario 3 are the only ones that you should play. Mario 2 is like the Luigi of Mario games.
Mario 2 was like reskinned a different game with Mario characters. Like legit.
Yeah.
It doesn't play right. It's not the same. What are you doing?
I liked it, but
Princess Peach for the win? Hell yeah.
It looks cool. Joe
It's a
Pesci
kid's-
and Home
It's a
Alone.
kid-size orange beanie.
no. So seriously, like it's supposed to be like this, but over my ears. I watched it and it fit in the palm of my hand. When I pulled it out of the dryer, it was too small for my daughter's doll.
Oh, so
So now I wear it like this.
my
It's
sister-in-law.
like a $70 beanie. So, that I wore for like 2 months and then shrank. Todd actually has the same beanie but in green. I sent you a picture of it when I shrank it.
I know. It was hilarious, and I died because I'm like, yeah, I'm not. You were like, don't put yours in the dryer, and I'm like, no shit.
I think that came in. That was in our group chat. 'cause
Was it
I
in the
think
group
I
chat
saw
at that point? That would
And
be
I was
so
just like, I
funny.
have no idea what this stuff means.
It was fucking like, I
It's
think
so
I took
tiny.
a picture of it like sitting on top of my head.
Oh, so good.
man.
Mario 2 is like the Garfield of Spider-Man's. Fuck yeah, Grabs. You were killing it. That's totally right.
I mean, also Nick liked both of them, so.
Nat, do you have a Switch? Are you playing this on an NES, or are you playing this on like the Switch NES software? So what comic book character wears good headgear?
I just saw that and I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Pac-Man, hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Rorschach.
I mean, what counts as headgear?
It's shit that goes on your head, man.
Gear on your head.
Yep.
But like it's a full mask headgear.
Professor X. Professor X with.
I mean, just Batman.
Well, it's, in terms of what it is, fuck yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, I guess Iron Man's a full suit, so probably not him.
Good headgear though.
Yeah. I'd say even like
NES
Spider-Man.
emulator?
Spider-Man's super iconic.
Yeah. NES emulator, are you using like a RetroPie? Because that's I play a lot on a RetroPie. But if you get a Switch, it's on there, which is neat.
Neat.
There should be an Animal Crossing meetup. Holy shit, comic book poser! Are you fucking kidding me? Yes. And then we can make them have to do Switches, because we'll do all of our video podcasts in Animal Crossing.
Even if I got a Switch, I probably wouldn't play Animal Crossing.
Fuck you! Wow. How about you die?
Is it because my mustache is longer on this side than this side?
Yes. Oh god, now you're ruined. Go fix it and come back.
It's mainly.
We'll fix it in post.
Oh no!
Yeah. God, fix it
Right
in
here,
post, right here.
right here. Yeah.
Right
do
over
that.
there, we'll fix it in post.
You give me a year and I'll fix that.
Are we doing the best comic book video game? Because that is not the X-Men game. It is Spider-Man for PS4.
Yep.
Hands down, man down. I think we all agree. That's
I
has
don't
to
know.
be.
King Paul, which X-Men game are you talking about? Because there's one for Genesis and Super Nintendo that I fucking loved. There was also X-Men Academy, which was the fucking shits. I loved that. There's the arcade X-Men, which is amazeballs, and oh my god, I want that whole arcade stand on there.
Oh,
Holy
the Walmart one?
shit. What?
There's a Walmart arcade game you can get for like $300 that is like X-Men, Punisher, and something else.
Does it have the Simpsons? Because if I had that Simpsons
No.
arcade game too, I would fucking flip my shit if I could get the X-Men.
But there's another one
that.
that's the two Turtles games.
The Turtles arcade. Oh my god, I remember going to the Ground Round on 28th Street and playing the fucking shit out of the goddamn Turtles arcade game. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
The Simpsons,
god.
I don't think they have.
I would spend all my tokens at Chuck E. Cheese on the Turtles game, and my parents would be so mad because you wouldn't get any tickets.
No,
Yeah.
you're getting
I
nothing.
just spent $40 playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and get nothing, and then they'd have to buy me a prize so I didn't feel bad when I left.
Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for showing up.
Laters. Turtles Lost in Time is awesome.
Yeah, his Turtles Lost in Time in the Super Nintendo. No, that was the Super Nintendo one. So,
Yeah.
all right. So they have a lot. So they have Pac-Man one, Space Invaders. We don't need to talk about that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has Lost in Time and the arcade game.
Awesome.
Apparently they have a Golden Tee one.
Yes.
For like $400. I thought they had they have a Mortal Kombat one.
Are these all individuals?
Which is 1, 2, and 3. They're all individuals, and they're roughly like $350.
Are they the small, like you need a stool because it's the undersized ones?
And I even look at them, and I don't know if we could get I don't think the three of us
couldn't
play that together.
I've seen two grown men sit because they have to sit in like little Zen stools to play them because they're for children. And it doesn't work. I will never buy one of those because I'll. Don't
Can you,
pretend
like,
like
put
you're
it on
not
a
like a
table?
wood guy.
You could, but then you have a small arcade game on a fucking table.
You're also like a woodworker. You could just build a fucking stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather have an arcade.
Yeah.
That's the right size.
But
you can build one the right size.
Apparently they have a Star Wars.
But the width of where your controls would still be tight.
Yeah.
I can't.
I looked at
that.
it. I saw like one dude on one, and his like arm maybe took up the whole board.
Yeah, no, it's like a forearm width. Like if you're here,
which we could probably just make a retro pie and put that stuff on.
I already have a retro pie. We could just go on a fucking TV and play it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got.
I will say the Nintendo Switch is based off of the NVIDIA Shield Gear tech, which is quite old, and it's not smart enough to steal your mind. It's real slim down. It's basically a Wii with a screen. You'd be fine.
I did not read the Turtles Transformers
I didn't
crossover.
either. I didn't even know
I
that
thought
was
there.
a
I know
crossover.
that there was a Transformer. What's that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Terminator?
Terminator. Yeah, well, that just started. I think issue 1 is about to come
that's
out.
brand new, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
I've
didn't
read
know Transformers was a thing. I'll read that. Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I'll check. Let's see if that's on Hoopla.
I have to pee.
Sure. All right, this is the time where we leave Nick alone.
They do this every time. They got 7 people watching, and now you get to watch me check and see if there is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers. And it's not going to let me cheat with TMNT. So I'm going to have to check it all out. Transformers. Teen. I don't see this, Matt. Is this a thing? Is it new? Hostile Takeover. Yeah, if I had any ability to comic book poser, I would just like click buttons and just pull like you in right now. We should figure that out. Crossover episode. But yeah, I don't see. Yeah, that hotel looks cool. I'll have to wait until like a trade is out or something, I guess, because I don't know if I'll be able to find any of that. If Comic Signal has it, I'll ask them about it, and if they have it, I'll buy it. Because I think it was only going to be like 4 issues, right? So that's not bad. All those number 1s. Is there a bunch of different ones? A bunch of different number 1s? I'm still very interested in this Turtles crossover because I'm trying to get through all the crossovers. It's been a guilty pleasure since the start. But I don't see. Transformers. I can't find it, Nat. If you have a link to something for that, shoot me a link on Twitter. Because I'd be down for that, or maybe it's something new. I don't know.
So I know.
We're to start for Hotel. Cole might know about Hotel. Cole is our Marvel guy, and our nobody has heard of this guy.
Well, I don't know what Hotel is.
You don't know what Hotel with the extra L?
Oh, I think so. I thought she talked about that before. We kind of looked at it.
We couldn't figure out the actual name, and then she found it today. She sent me a picture of it on Twitter.
I went upstairs, obviously, and one of the things we were kind of talking about in the Discord was books for kids that involve superheroes or like characters we like. I bought this at an Ollie's, which if anyone knows what Ollie's is, it's like a warehouse place. It's like, here's like 500 of one thing, super cheap. And I found this book. It is called S is for Superheroes. It's a Marvel book, and I bought it for my kid, well, my daughter, before I knew if I was having a boy or girl. I just grabbed it. But like the cool thing about it is that you see like they have the letters here, and they show you how to write them. And then there's like, like for C, it's like cat catches the criminals, but it also has like these little things underneath that are like pop-ups. So it's going to say, oh, car starts with a C, so you pop it up. But I know we talked about this. I just saw it, and it does this where you can like kind of trace it with your finger. My daughter is 20 months old, so she sort of knows letters, but she doesn't really. Like just having that is actually pretty cool. So if you ever see it, it's actually kind of a fun book. And then I just decided to grab since we were talking about earlier, the We Can Never Go Home trade, because I had it sitting up there, and I just kind of want to show, just for like people to see. I'm gonna try and find something very like the one thing about this book that gets crazy is like they have panels like this.
Yikes! What book is that?
We Can Never Go Home.
Oh, We Can Never Go Home.
Where it's just like, here's the most panels you'll ever see.
Yeah, wow. Are they good? Like, is it like a quick progression? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's more or less. I mean, it's not quick. There's a lot of talking, I guess, but like it's dialogue heavy. So I guess it depends on how you read dialogue. Where was
Kane Paul? We did not necessarily talk about that. We talked about here in Michigan, where we are, our local shops are going to be able to open back up for curbside. And our shops in Michigan closed the week before the last new comics came out. So a lot of us have the last week's comics. We've never got them before they stopped. So next week we'll be able to get those. But yes, DC did decide to say thanks, but no thanks, Diamond. We'll figure it out ourselves. And found 2 publishers for basically like Northern and Southern Hemisphere, I think it is. And are going to have new books starting to come out next week, Wednesday. I don't think it's any of like the big books like Batman or anything like that.
I thought Action, they started reprints on that. So like 3rd runs and stuff like that.
Yeah. I guess I could pull it up. I don't like it. It was one of those where it's like, okay, great, new comics are coming, but it wasn't like necessarily any of my pulls or anything.
So AWA is artists, writers, and artisans. So like I've heard a few people talk about this. I've not seen any of these books, but maybe we'll talk to our thing. But another really cool thing is, if anyone read what's that Jeff Lemire book, Royal City? At the end of every issue, he had a playlist. And the cool thing about We Can Never Go Home is like at the back, I mean, you can kind of see, here's the track list for every issue. I mean, it's a lot. This book takes place in the 80s. So, I mean, it's just a lot of stuff like The Clash, Husker Du, The Replacements, the Descendants, just a lot of like late 90s, or late 80s, early 90s punk, the Ramones, Buzzcocks. I mean, it's kind of cool to just see that kind of stuff too. Like, this is what the author of this book had in mind for the characters in this universe.
That's cool.
Right. So next week, DC, according to DC Comics, it's basically all trades. Batman, Superman, Volume 1, which was good if you were into Batman Who Laughs and Infected and stuff. I pulled that, but the trade for that's out. Daphne Byrne #4.
That's Hill House book.
Yeah, Hill House book. Omega Men, Tom King, the deluxe edition.
Oh.
All right, this is
Todd. Robin, the Bronze Age Omnibus. Teen Titans Volume 3. I don't really see anything like new of regular polls other than that Daphne Byrne.
No, because they're taking this time to figure out how to do this themselves.
Well, I thought somebody said that they had new comics coming out this Wednesday.
Well, they do. They have been doing digital.
No, they have digital first. They've already got 6 new comics. They're all. Have we not talked about this?
No,
I may or may not have read them. They are Batman,
Superman, Wonder Woman,
Oh, I shouldn't come up with a title.
Aquaman.
Aquaman, Flash, and Swamp Thing.
Oh, Swamp Thing. How's that one?
I don't know if that one's out yet, but it's on like the
Where do you find these? Because I haven't seen these at all.
They're all on
DCReads.com or
Comixology.
I'm pretty sure they're all on Comixology.
I think if you go to DCReads.com, it's also there.
Okay. I might check them out. I don't know.
So Batman is called Gotham Knights.
It's called Gotham Knights Medal of Honor and Honor Code.
Who writes that?
Jim Lee does art, I assume, or
Meltzer and then Hama, because it's 2 stories. And then
I don't. Superman is called
Man of Tomorrow. I'm showing them. Man of Tomorrow.
The Wonder Woman book is called Agent of Peace.
You son of a shit. You're such a dick face.
Oh, they do have 2 issues of all of these out.
Agent of Peace.
Somebody posted that, and their only comment was, "Why does Wonder Woman's face look weird in this?"
What?
In that, because she's kind of like, I think she's like this, but just relook at the Wonder Woman cover. Her face, like, she's kind of. It's like a weird. She's in a weird stance. No, not the like the main like the cover of it.
That's the cover.
With her and Harley.
This is the cover.
Oh, that's her face up close?
Yes. God.
It looks less weird up close.
No, Todd, show the cover.
Oh, the cover here.
Well, I meant the photo.
Yeah, there you go.
Here.
The cover. Thank you. Jesus.
Son of a shit.
Here's my reading list.
Together, yeah. See, there you go. Lost in Comics just said DC is releasing books this week, but Lost, is there different books than what I said? Is Batman 92 coming out? Because that's one we're missing, right?
It says getting their own distribution chain temporarily. There's no way. As soon as they get a foothold in figuring this out themselves, they're going to be done with having a middleman. And we're going to start.
Be like, bye.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy.
This is how Diamond dies, because everyone's going to realize, oh shit, we can just do this ourselves. Then we can also release digitally, because they're doing digital releases on Tuesday, and then releasing physicals on Wednesday. You can get like that digital first thing going, and all of a sudden you can roll things out. Totally
which I think like 10 years from now, most comics will be digital first, and then if they sell enough, there will be like hardcover volume hard copies that you can buy as collectors and stuff like that.
Yeah, physical.
I think that's gonna
slim down.
Yeah, it'll be like people that buy vinyl, or
what up?
You know,
hey,
right,
man, that's
what it'll be. It'll be the people that bought it digitally and went, oh, I love this, and they buy hard copies. And those hard copies will actually be worth money again. Mm-hmm. That's what's nice, is the collector's side of it will come back. Yeah. Right.
Which is why vinyl is awesome.
Much more limited.
The vinyl that I have, at worst, it's maybe taking a few dollars of a hit, but really, most of my vinyl is worth more than it was when I bought it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Batman will not be coming out this week. Justice League is the main ongoing coming out.
Ooh, is that the new writer? I think that's the new writer now.
Of what?
Reprints.
Justice League.
The guy at the bottom doesn't know what he's talking about. Corey.
That's Corey. Hi, Corey. He's saying me.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
I definitely agree.
I always agree with that. Yeah, the guy at the bottom is just here. He got into our Zoom account and just invited himself. I don't know why he's here.
We felt bad that his hat was so small.
It's so small.
It hurts his brain. He can't really.
It does. It does after a while. It's so hot too.
It's hot and it's shrinking his actual brain. This hat has cost him IQ points.
when I've been like listening to like some people talk about some of this stuff, a lot of people were saying they didn't think Marvel or DC would leave Diamond, and they assumed like Image or some of the smaller people would start doing it. So the fact that DC is doing it is definitely showing something, which I would assume is great. I've heard working with Diamond is terrible.
Yeah, no, it needs to start being. That can't be the only distribution method. It needs
because there used to be multiple,
more
right?
opened up. It needs to be. It needs to not be a monopoly for the in between.
Yeah, I was into comics for a while, and then found out later, like about Diamond and how that all works, and it was like, but why?
But why? It's Dunder Mifflin.
Why do you do
Dunder
it that
Mifflin
way?
is still existing.
Yeah, it's like, but why do you do it that way? You know, there's no need for that, right?
No, you can print this stuff, right? You know,
you could just make all the money.
Yeah, it could just be you.
This whole time, the market's been declining, and they could have just done it themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I get it because it takes off. It is something you don't have to worry about. It's like, LastPass. I don't have to worry about my passwords because somebody else is taking care of it and generating it.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, if it cost if I could make money by writing down my passwords and just making it my own thing, I would do that. I would cut out this middleman and do everything. It's convenient, but it's not worth so much money that it would be detrimental to how I'm operating. And right now, DC doesn't get to decide when they start distributing. It's up to somebody else, which right now is a terrible time to let somebody else decide for you.
Yeah.
Right now, it needs to be, can you do it? Can you do it safely? Can you do it without having to worry about other people? Then you get to choose. Instead, right now, it's, oh, well, Diamond decided for us that this is how it's going to be. Wherever they're headquartered, wherever they're going, that's how our lives have to be dictated, so they can't move. If they did it themselves, it would be a whole different, can of worms, which would still be complicated. But it's crazy that somebody as big as DC and Marvel aren't printing and distributing their own comics. It's crazy.
Well, I would guess, like what you were saying, is just the ease of how easy it was to the point where what happened was Diamond said, we're shutting down, and DC said, capitalism, let's figure out how we can do this because they're shut down for a month.
Yep.
And they were like, we don't care if people die, let's just get these comics out.
Or let's figure out how digital can work in a more better version of it. Really, what they need to do is give people better tablets. That's what needs, and that's what this crisis is doing. Is people are more all of a sudden tablets are much more appealing now.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, reading comics, because reading comics on your phone sucks. Digital doesn't work unless you have a tablet. If you don't have a tablet, no, it's not happening. It's just not happening.
My wife just texted me that she couldn't watch the live video, so I must have maybe posted an old one.
Damn it, Cole! God.
That's why there's not very many people watching.
Makes you feel like blood in the water for Diamond. Yeah, Lost Me Comics. It really does, because less and less middlemen are a thing. We've learned a ton. It's crazy. I'm so excited to see how life works after this is calmed down, because I think businesses are realizing they don't need to be open as long. People don't need to be at work for as often as they are. People can get shit done in different ways that, one, can be really good for being green to the planet, because I have barely driven, and it's great because I don't need to, and it's really awesome. And a lot of other people don't need to drive in. There's people with I have a kid right now. Oh my God, it's been amazing getting to have that time. I'm sure Cole understands. He gets to work from home now, and instead of having to go into work to do literally the same work that he could do from home, he can stay home and be a part of his family, which I understand. Leaving and getting to see people and being there with your work people is something, but getting to stay and be with your family is also a big deal, and it can be helpful at times if your kid's sick or something like this. And it's just, I'm really excited for how the world will change differently. I like this This is great. I don't want to see these motherfuckers in person again. We can just do this.
Oh, I like coming to your house and eating candy.
Yeah.
And by candy, I mean
I like
sometimes-
cookies and veggie
Sometimes
trays.
your wife makes cookies.
Yeah.
But now,
I mean-
when you guys come over, those cookies are more eaten. Whereas when you
Right.
don't come over, I get to have more cookies.
Well, I mean, we only have one.
We had more than one last time because after we were done, we kept drinking and we definitely grabbed more cookies. Yeah.
You don't remember.
But to add to your point of like the working from home stuff, like it's like my daughter is 20 months, so like just being able to like walk upstairs and like as I'm going to the bathroom, just being like, "Daddy, hug," and runs up and hugs me, like just being around more. She's more like, not that she's not comfortable with me, but it's just like seeing her more makes it easier to just interact with that stuff. But yeah,
Sure.
Kane, what did you use to use your digital comics? Because I will agree, it took me a long time before I found a tablet and got a reader that I really enjoyed. And I get that this is not for everybody. This is not an option that is for the masses. I do a lot of photo and video editing. So, like, I don't have what I'm about to talk about because of comic books. If you buy this just for comic books, damn, you're rolling hard, and that's really cool for you. That's great. But I got an iPad Pro. It's the greatest comic experience I've ever had on a tablet, and it's amazing. I have it for other reasons, but using it for a comic book is incredible. I even have a screen protector on it that gives it some grit. So when I'm using my pen to write and draw, it feels like paper, and it adds anti-glare. Something like that makes a big difference. I recommend that for all tablets, especially if you're using them in this thing. What I did use before, which I did really like, it's not as amazing, is I think what these other two guys can talk about.
we both have the Fire HD 10, I
The
think,
10s,
right?
correct? Okay.
I mean, I sometimes don't like stuff as much when I read it digitally, and I think I mean, this thing costs $100 on sale, so
Yeah,
it's awesome
different.
for that. And that thing that you have, what is like $600?
Yes, sure.
More than that. Okay. I mean, I saw you looking at comics on there when we were doing live, and I was like, man, I wish that I could pay the money to have that just to read. But there's no reason to have that.
No, well, I use it because I have other uses for it. I wouldn't
Right,
buy
exactly.
this if it was just for comic books. But this is
I'm considering buying one just for comic books.
You should. It's the best comic book reader
I'm
available
considering it. I'm trying to decide how long it'll last before it's outdated. The Kindle Fire HD for $100 is by far the best.
Bang for
You're
your
probably
buck.
Bang
going
for
to
your
grow.
buck. It
Yeah,
was my intro for comic, like digital
But
comic.
We're gonna
This
bang
is,
who
but
now?
look at it. Do you guys have a standard graphic novel to show the difference? 'Cause I have the 12,
Well, I have a comic book.
Okay, I have the 12.9 iPad Pro. So that is a difference. Like, comics
Yeah.
are 1-to-1
Oh.
on mine at all times.
Yeah.
Even when they're the bigger versions.
Here's the Black Mask trade.
That's just your. That's not it. Oh, I gotcha. This is. Look at that. This is TKO.
Yeah, so it's TKO tablet or comic size,
TKO tablet.
but not as wide.
Yeah, it's not quite as wide.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If you try it on a laptop or a phone, then that's why you didn't.
it's just
like
not good. It's
So
just not
even for
good.
me on my
certain things, yeah, certain things I definitely, all my stuff I like on hard copy, paper, prestige format, whatever. Obviously preferred, but for actual reading experience, I actually like digital better. I can get
You
through
can just
a lot
fly
more.
through it. 'Cause
Yeah, you can just. Sometimes I'll go panel by panel and just. And it's
I do
just
that
like,
on my phone.
Yep.
And to add to that, I will read on my computer. When I read, if I'm like, at that point at work, it's not great, but I have a 27-inch monitor at home, and even that, I feel like some of the pages aren't 27 inches monitor isn't big enough. I want to read them.
I have a 38-inch 4K monitor that I'm on right now, and
money bags again.
And it has the ability. Hold up.
To go sideways?
To go sideways.
We go into it. Oh, here.
Oh, no, my webcam's attached to it. It doesn't want to do it. Son of a shit.
Oh, now Nick's in the top. Oh, well, that's weird. Now you just see my head and my Batman stuff and some Funkos.
Damn it.
Damn it. Oh, where did I... Oh. Start video.
This got real weird real quick. Oh, it's weird that I can't see this, but now as I'm looking at the actual screen, I see like all of Todd's editing weirdly in the middle of the screen for all the YouTube people.
How is
Todd
doing? He's the one hosting this.
Because he can.
His audio still works. I can still talk.
He's still here, kind of.
Oh wow! It doesn't even know that I have a camera still. This is fun. I royally fucked it.
Well, I think it was fun,
It's
but maybe this is the time.
It's probably a good time to stop.
So, who's the guy with no face?
Who's the guy with no face? Tom King?
It just said Todd Reed.
It's literally you. You don't have a picture available.
It says Todd Reed.
Well, now it says no signal.
It says Todd Reed on mine again.
I'm showing no. Well, it's weird. Yeah, now I'm seeing it. I don't know, but.
Oh, you'll see.
How do we end this
Look
thing?
at the live.
Now it says Todd Reed.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
Thanks again for hanging out with us, guys.
Pants check. I have gotten up to go pee.
Oh.
So.
I don't know if pants actually got available in your going pee yet. But
yeah. I got corduroys on.
Oh.
This is the fanciest I've dressed.
Oh.
For any of these.
Oh shit! I'm back. He was trying to pick up my game capture card since this got disconnected. This whole time I could have just run right back. What up, pants check? Thank God I made it for pants check.
Okay.
Pants check. Cole's frozen or gone? Oh, he's gone.
Cole. I think he went to the bathroom.
Damn it, Cole.
Maybe he thought we were done. Your camera stopped working, and he was like, "All right, we're out of here."
I'm in, and then
Oh, now did it switch our positions on the lot? It didn't.
No,
not on mine.
It did on my screen.
What you
Nat's
want?
also
what
mad
you
at
want?
your corduroy. So maybe we send it off now.
Who's got? Nat's got a problem with corduroy? You got a problem with me. Corduroy is one of the best materials for pants and one of the greatest children's books of all time. Corduroy.
Speaking of Tom King.
Oh, fuck. All right. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining us. It's a Comic Burrito podcast and live stream. I am Todd.
I'm Cole.
Oh, wait. I didn't get to finish the...
He didn't finish the pyramid!
Chug.
Can you chug
Also,
another one?
I'm about to drop the Discord if you haven't joined and you want to join the Discord.
Yeah, we're on that because we basically moved our group chat to there.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's fun. I think, if you want to talk comics, it's fun to just bring up stuff with each other.
Yeah, it is. There we go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nat. Florida is hot. I'm a fat guy, so every time I go to Florida, it's miserable for me.
Get it on the pyramid so we can say goodnight. Oh, he's chugging so he can get it on the pyramid. Damn, that's two! Holy shit.
I'm proud of you.
Nick forgot we were supposed to... Nick, holy shit, we're going to record after this.
Yeah.
We did it!
Oh, shit. That's awesome. Woohoo!
Okay.
I don't want to knock it over because it's on all my comments.
Oh, because I was going to say, I was going to pretend that this is a carnival game and I'm going to throw I'm gonna throw a ball at it.
All right, do it.
Oh, I didn't win! It's fucking rigged!
So close.
Yeah.
So close.
Damn it!
So who are you again?
I'm Blade.
I'm Buffy.
I don't know what we're doing.
Vampire Slayers.
Yeah, apparently with Vampire Slayers. I was going off. That was a deep cut community reference that I was going with because we were playing carnival games.
And that's Nick.
Nope.
Thanks for showing up.
And I'm Buffy.
This is Nick. Nick wins all the points tonight. You are incorrect in that, but that's fine. All right. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. If you need help, get help and reach out.
We'll be live next Thursday, and we'll be dropping one on Monday.
Yeah, we'll drop one on Monday, and something. Our recording schedule
Maybe
might be a
something
little
else.
different because we're gonna start doing some recordings. We meant to switch to 2 days a week, but
The
then
live
this
streams
happened,
replaced
so
it.
we've kind of used those ones that we're gonna do 2 days a week to lengthen out our recording, which is why we still have pre-recorded stuff coming out right now, because we really just stretched that out as much as we could. So we're going to start doing recorded ones in this format. So if you like this, that's good because we're going to have more of this.
Yeah, and they're gonna be probably smaller books. It'll probably be cooler to actually check out. So
Yes, we're gonna try to focus more on the local stuff we've been getting to get our hands on. Preview things that we've gotten. We're gonna try to make sure our things like this are focused more on local things, which is I think better.
So, and like just today we got access to like a book that is pretty much. I think the writer is from our hometown.
Yep.
And maybe the letterer.
No, just
I think
the
whole comic. Oh, just
the writer is, and then I think they're based here. So.
Yeah, so it's cool. Some other stuff. If you have any super local things that are
if you
really cool, send them to us so we can get like this little
if you guys have really local things going on, please just get us in contact with them. Send us a link to their thing because we would really love to really focus more on local stuff right now. It's such a perfect time to reach out and really support the people who need it and aren't worrying about giving people bonuses. They're worrying about keeping people's jobs. And that's who we really want to focus on because fuck right now. Fuck it. It's the worst. So let's try to make it as good as we can. So let us know.
Also, that guy's name is.
Hey, holy shit! I think you're pointing.
I like how he like forces you into the.
I know he keeps forcing
every
me
time. He's like,
I was about to go into it, but then he acted like he had something to say, so he's forcing me into it.
And also this is.
Oh, what's the name of the podcast?
Wait, hey, who are you again?
What's your name? Motherfucker. All right. Anyways,
Cole has to go to the bathroom.
I'm Todd. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
And this is the Comic Burrito.
This is Comic Burrito. Thanks for.
It might have got spicy at the end. Thanks.
It got a little spicy. It was half spicy, half mild. It depends on what end you start at. Have a good one. Nate, Comic Proposer, Kane Paul, Nat, sorry, Lost in Comics, Comic Proposer, all y'all. Thank you for joining us. See you again soon. Night.